Now this here is a bevel-edged chisel. We use it for general woodworking and to remove the waste material from woodworking joints when we're making them. And a bevel-edged chisel comes in 3 different sizes in the school. There's an 18, there's a 12 and there's a 6. And you choose the most suitable sized bevel-edged chisel for the job that you're doing. So this time I'm going to use the 18mm bevel-edged chisel. A bevel-edged chisel's called a bevel-edged chisel because the sides are angled, or they're called a bevel. Okay, and that just allows, when you're doing chiseling, it can get into small gaps because that fits into angles rather than just being straight. When you're using a bevel-edged chisel, the first thing you've got to do is when you're removing waste material, you've got to use it the right way around. Okay, so most people try and use it that way around, and what happens is when you hit the chisel, it forces it into the wood and it's difficult to get it back out. If we turn it round the other way and we use it that way, the chisel's always getting forced out of the material and we control how much we would like to cut out at one time. So now I'm going to use the mallet here to strike the end of the chisel. This is a wooden mallet made from beech, and it's softer and a wee bit kinder to the end of the chisel because we would damage the handle of the chisel hitting it with a metal hammer. When we're chiseling, make sure your elbow goes on the desk. We're going to take off a little bit at a time. The reason our elbow's on the desk is if I slip or I move when I'm chiseling, I can't go very far, it's safe. If I do this and I do that, it becomes dangerous because I can move the chisel too much. Okay, so elbow on the desk, tiny little bit at a time, and I'm tapping out, and if I'm removing the waste from this, it happens to be a little cross-halving joint, I remove the waste from one side and then I stop and I turn the woodwork joint around the other way and I work from the other side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a peak in the middle. So again, I'm tapping off or removing a little bit, and you can see that the chisel's always getting forced out of the material, and I take it off and I create a peak there. And then once I've got, the reason I do that is it doesn't damage that side of the material and it doesn't damage that side of the material. If I didn't do it from both sides, as the chisel was going through, it would break all the back, it would make a round back of the woodwork joint. Okay, so I've marked it a peak. And then again, I'm just using the chisel and I'm going to just remove the rest of the material, or most of the material, using the bevel-edged chisel. And then just to flatten off the bottom, the last little bit, I'm going to turn the chisel round the other way, and this is called paring. I'm going to keep both of my hands behind the chisel for safety, so I don't want to do this when I'm paring. Both hands on the chisel, and I'm just at a slight angle. I'm going to just gently remove the material from the bottom of the woodworking joint, and again I'm going to work from one side and then I'm going to work from the other side. And that just keeps both sides of the woodwork joint nice, neat and crisp. Okay. Let me use my bevel-edged chisel for removing waste and paring the bottom of a woodwork joint.